All right. Camera might die in the middle of this. I hope not, but it could, which is not good. As you see, I kept my promise. I'm wearing the red pants. I apologize for how long it took to get here to this video. I just haven't been motivated to make any videos recently. I've been working a lot, so yeah, it's been kind of a weird few weeks, I guess. But I don't know. Even the task of putting on red pants at night just for a video has been a lot to ask for, I guess. So, I promise though I've got some decent video ideas, topic ideas to discuss coming up. I'm probably gonna make a few in the next week or so, and then I'm sure I'll disappear again for a little bit, and I'll be like, hey, I got a couple more ideas. So yeah, I don't know. Look out for those. I've got a really interesting music topic idea. I think it'll be nice. But for this video, I don't know. I'm just talking about some life stuff. 2020 in general. Just reflecting on like my growth as a person. I really didn't think this through, other than just a little bit of this topic. I guess. I guess it's interesting looking at this year on a personal level because I spent 2 months in Madison, 2 or 3 months, 2.5 months, and then I moved back to my hometown after that when the pandemic started. And I think it's really interesting being back here for an extended amount of time in my hometown, just given the circumstances. It's kind of eye opening in a way just to see some of the stuff that happens in this hometown. Also, given the greater context of the year, and just how it's handled everything. But I find it annoying, I guess, in a lot of ways. Just I've had that time to have my independence, and here I am again in a not as independent state. And I don't know. I'm not upset about it. I'm doing okay, all things considered. I feel like if the pandemic hadn't happened, this would probably be my best year I've had outside of high school so far, which is saying something compared to like the 2018 to early 2019 span. That was really rough. So I feel like I've grown a lot as a person this year, but and a lot of that is because of the circumstances, the greater circumstances of this year. But I also acknowledge I would probably be in a mentally better state too, overall, if it weren't for the pandemic. So I guess it's just interesting just to look at how different people have matured, and in some cases not matured over this time. Uh, I don't know. One big thing I've tried to do since leaving high school is just try to not be as passive aggressive, because that's like a very immature thing to do, I feel like. And just talking about being passive aggressive is passive aggressive in itself. So, and just talking about how, I don't know, I see people do it a lot, and it's just like, I don't know. It's it feels dumb to look at and just think like, you're comfortable making these posts, like these are just for attention, to get people's minds thinking. And I don't know, it's just starting drama that doesn't need to exist, I guess. And that's just stupid. Or like, I don't know, I feel like it's annoying too when when a situation happens and there's a better way to handle it, but someone decides instead to be passive aggressive about how they handle it, and it's not good. So I don't know. That's just kind of stupid to look at. It's crazy to me to see how some people are seem to be largely the same person they were in high school, which at this point is a few years ago. I turned 21 in like less than a month, and yeah, some people just seem to be the same people, if not more toxic than they were in high school. Or maybe it's just I've realized more, that those people just have a lot of toxic traits. I don't know, but it's disappointing. I want people to grow as people and be mature, and I want people to be good, and it sucks to see them falling back on these immature ways a lot. And that's not to say I'm perfect. God, no. I don't want that. I don't want it to come off like that, because I still make those posts from time to time, and it happens to me all the time where I think about it and I'm like, oh, I should do it, and then I talk myself out of it most of the time. But and I mean, I've definitely handled my fair share of situations this year included, pretty poorly. And I don't know. Or like thinking back to high school about, I think this counts as passive aggressive when, like, in general, drama is just weird, like how I feel like it's so easy to feed into it, and then you realize later, like, that was meaningless. That doesn't affect the greater path in life for me. And here I am talking about other people's business when it doesn't pertain to me. And I guess a lot of it is when other people make a deal about it, then it becomes a deal in my mind, and that's frustrating because I'm at a state where, like, I'm actively aware of that, where I can be in a situation where I know it's stupid. I know it's not gonna matter in a month, a week, even a couple days. It's not gonna matter, and here I am still stressing about it. That's crazy. It's I don't know, and you just I don't know. It feels bad. It feels bad to be on that end, to be like talking about people, and oftentimes not a great light, and you feel like, wow. And at the time it's okay, but then you just really start to feel guilty, and that's a lot of how I feel about high school. And I've tried a lot to not talk behind people's backs as much in the years since, but it's still something that I feel lingers and always will, I guess, because it's a natural part of life just to talk about things and build up build up drama, about stuff that just doesn't matter that much. And that's always going to be natural to some extent. That's always going to happen. But I don't know. Some people do it so much, and I don't know. I guess part of it for me is that some of those people I just don't talk with that much anymore, and that's a good thing that I don't, because that was not good for me at that time, and that's not good to think about back, because there's a lot of stuff I regret, just my actions in those situations. So yeah, but I don't know. I just, at some point in time, you just eventually feel like you gotta just be a better person. And I don't know, some people just haven't had that yet. Some people never do get that, and that's crazy. So, I don't know. And the bizarre thing, too, is like, I'm someone who still mostly talks to people I knew in high school. I have met very few people that I've made like a real friendship with since high school, and I still feel like I'm more mature than some people, which is, yeah, saying something, because it took until this year for me to really feel like I didn't peak in high school, like, oh, I'm not constantly wishing to go back there because it was better then or whatever. I don't want to go back there anymore because I was immature, and I made a lot of poor decisions that I think negatively impacted other people, or just weren't of good character. And I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun in high school. I enjoyed a lot of the extracurriculars I was a part of, but I don't know. I I have a lot of regret, and I don't want that to seem like that's like overtaking it. It's just part of it too is realizing that I think it's gonna take a while for me, but I'm gonna find better things in life. I think I'm gonna find my time when I'm gonna be enjoying it, you know. And I think it's progress. I think it's definitely progress going from 2018, my year of college, where I really struggled mentally getting through that year, to 2019, where I was a little better, and my time at Madison, and now I'm here, and I'm doing better. So I don't know. I hope I'm becoming a better person with time, and I'm not going to say each and every day, because that just doesn't happen, you know. But I hope I'm able to handle situations better, and just, I don't know, be a better person, and I don't know, care about people, have compassion for people, and realize there's real people at the end of everything, at the other end of everything, whether it's talking about politics or talking to someone on the other end of social media or whatever, you know. They're real people, and you can disagree with them. You know, they can make mistakes. I can make mistakes, but everyone deserves forgiveness, and I believe that there's good in everyone. I shouldn't, but I still do. So I don't know, but I do. That's me. That's one of those anxiety things, you know, being like putting self doubt on what I just said. But I do, I do, I absolutely know what I'm saying. So I think I think spirituality is coming into my life. I think it's the Marvin Gaye album. It's what's going on that's really starting to click with me, and I think impacting a lot of how I'm thinking. You know, how I'm viewing people and world affairs and whatnot. So yeah, I guess another thing about being in the hometown is that I talk with a lot of high schoolers now, people who are in high school now, and it's very interesting to compare and be like, they're talking about stuff that really mattered to me a couple years ago, and that just doesn't anymore. That's not a thing that matters to me anymore, and it's amazing how fast it didn't matter after high school. So yeah, this was a little disorganized, of course, but I think a lot of the point of me making these videos isn't because I want to get big. I want to have a lot of people that watch these or anything. I don't put that much effort into them. It's a lot of this is having a place to store a lot of my inner tangents and rants and whatnot, knowing that there's somewhere where these are stored, you know, and so other people can get an idea of what I'm thinking a lot. And I don't know. At least you know, whenever I pass away, people can look back and be like, you know, this is what he thought on this topic, you know, and people that cared about me and whatnot. I haven't really looked at the camera much this video. I guess I don't know. I just didn't feel like it, so I did. Yeah, I'll see you again soon. I hope the camera didn't die. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, of course. Uh, I'll probably the next video will be something about music, so that'll be a really interesting topic. I'm gonna be sharing some examples and whatnot, and probably playing some samples. That's gonna be a fun one. I put some thought into that one. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Red Pants. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whatever you're doing. Cool. Goodbye.